Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tarnished Bronze side project Erik's Oeuvre, where we are pleased to present the first interior artwork of Erik Larsen's career from DC Comics. Now, this is in December of '86. I think he's already done some DN Agent, some stuff for AC Comics, and his first work for DC was some of the work in Who's Who's and pinups and various art inside there. But this is the first one where he gets to tell a story. The cover here is not by Erik Larsen. I think it's by Pat Broderick, who did a lot of Legion of Superheroes. So this is going to be essentially a recap of the origin of Nightwing. And so we're written by Dan Mishkin, who's a DC writer. He predominantly does the tie-ins or the licensed work. So he did a lot of work on the Dungeons and Dragons comics, including Advanced Dungeons and Dragons and Dragonlance. Did Blue Devil and Wonder Woman as well. So he's kind of like a pretty prolific creator in the 1980s, I suppose. And the inker here is Mike DeCarlo. And so he's kind of DC inker extraordinaire. So it's an interesting effect of Erik Larsen and Mike DeCarlo. And so to kind of give ourselves a bit of a recap, essentially what we have here is this is drawn by Erik Larsen during the DNA Agents period, which is a very John Byrne influenced period for Erik Larsen. The story itself is about Dick Grayson's 20th birthday, and he's on Okora here, which is Starfire's planet, and she's having an arranged marriage, and he's kind of having a bit of a heart-to-heart with Jericho, who's obviously silent, and so he's basically just narrating some of his feelings in these dark tea times of the soul, questioning his future. Now, from this page, it's pretty evident it's a really different look for Erik Larsen. I think DeCarlo gives him a bit more feathering, and the fantastical planet itself allows us to have some of these beautiful kind of like jungle scapes going on. But I think still the inking is very different to when Erik Larsen inks himself, and also very different to the sort of John Byrne-esque stuff that we've seen in his early, more independent comics work. And so I think DeCarlo is really bringing this feathering, this kind of Legion of Superheroes ethos to the work, which definitely gives it that less blockish approach that the Byrne style has, and more of a curved approach to my eye. So I kind of like it. And definitely it fits in more with the DC house style of the time. And these panel layouts, though, are really, really good. So, it's very busy. There's this sort of forest, these branches, this outdoor paradise that we're in. And then we're juxtaposing that with the circus, which is kind of like a jungle of a different variety, all of these activities that you do. And obviously we're going back to the worst moment in Dick Grayson's life, where his parents are killed on the trapeze. Now, it's due to the Zuckos and their kind of banditry that our ringmaster for the circus was kind of being hit up for protection money and all that stuff that racketeers get up to. And this page lets us get Erik Larsen's Batman, which I really like his Batman. I kind of like his posturing. I like his facial expressions, and I like that he has the forward sweeping ears as opposed to the straight or the short ears. You don't see the forward sweeping ears quite as much, and when you do, it does give you a good silhouette. Erik Larsen is pretty good at drawing kids here as well, which is not necessarily easy. And we're just basically getting this greatest hits of the origin of Robin now, and we're getting into some of their crime fighting adventures. Robin in his bright red waistcoat, aka the boy hostage. And once again, more kid stuff, more great angles, more shaking it up. There's action, there's ball gowns, there's a lot of things going on. We are going at quite a clip in these stories. We're covering a lot of ground. It's just great to kind of see different artists have different takes on all of these great moments in a character's history. We also get the formation of the Teen Titans, so you can see Kid Flash and Wonder Girl, and I think Aqualad there. Robin doing his stiff-legged trapeze act, which I find would be incredibly difficult to kick someone with legs as stiff as that. You would tear multiple ligaments. And then we also get some of the character work, which I've mentioned. So Erik Larsen is fantastic at drawing these action sequences, but he is already pretty good and gets better and better and better at drawing these character moments. So that's what I call the characterization as opposed to the action stuff. And just this is a pretty enjoyable, pretty readable comic. And it is just fun to see Erik draw Batman and a personal favorite Nightwing and a personal favorite Starfire. And I think he is really given the high neck all it's worth, like that crazy collar that the Nightwing costume has. I think the Nightwing costume eventually gets better. I don't think that this was trendy even in the 80s when this comic was made. I think Starfire's hair is going in and out of trends. It's baked into the character, whereas the high collar just seems a very strange thing. But like I said, we can have these superheroic moments in these more tender personal moments between Nightwing and Jericho and Nightwing and Starfire, all in the same issue with Erik Larsen. Really great. And obviously it's his 20th birthday, and he's really sad because Starfire is having a marriage of convenience or a political marriage with these people. We get some great angles, some great shots, and it's explained to him that it's all a surprise birthday party for him. And so the ending of the story is a pretty happy one as well. And once again, we just get a nice recap. I think these Secret Origins and DC Comics Presents issues are quite fun. You can catch up. You can get a lot of great creators doing some different characters than what they're known for. I think I've got a Kelly Jones and a Mike Mignola Secret Origins, which does some Batman stuff in it. Just really great, fun sort of stuff. And I encourage you to get out there and maybe pick up some of the Secret Origins, DC Comics Presents, and Marvel team ups that have different creators doing characters that you know and love. And so that's it from me. We will get on board with a new episode very shortly. And I just would love if you guys could like, follow, and subscribe, and stay tuned for our next episode as soon as